What's going on, all you espionage enthusiasts out there? Your two favorite Steven Soderbergh enthusiasts are back tonight, and we're back to review his brand new film. It just hit the streaming services just last week, and me and Uncle Logan here are here to review it tonight. It definitely is a spy thriller starring Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett. Also, Logan's favorite actor, Pierce Brosnan. We are talking about Black Bag.
It's a very dangerous line of work.
I'll say.
Would you kill for me, George? Would you?
It's a Gucci bag, but it's also a no cap kind of bag.
You got the Riz.
Oh, you got the Riz, my friend. That's right. These two wild secret agents are back here to review the brand new film Black Bag. I remember seeing this trailer a few months back before going to the cinema to see. I think it was Nosferatu, so it was like December time. I'm like, yeah, it looks okay. And here we are. Fast forward a few months later, got around to watching this. Of course, Michael Fassbender, huge fan of his. Kate Blanchett, Pierce Brosnan, not so much. And of course, the rest of the cast behind me. Spy kind of thriller, as you were saying. They work for the Secret Intelligence Service. They're a married couple, George and Kathryn, very English names. And they work with this group of people in the Secret Intelligence Service. And they find out one of them is leaking some information to the Russians, taking the security device, and it goes by the name of Severus. I, of course, thought of Harry Potter right away. But that's pretty much the setup of the movie, a mole. So they're going in trying to figure out who exactly is involved with the Russians, and it really starts to point the finger at each and every person behind me. And you start to think, is it the married couple or somebody else?
A star-studded whodunit, you
Who
could call it.
done it?
Whodunit with a great cast led by Michael Fassbender, Kate Blanchett. Just those two as husband and wife here alone is worth the watch for me. That's what really drew me into this film. Steven Soderbergh, he's hit or miss. A lot of his films are a slow burn, and that's really what this film was. It was a big slow burn. I was expecting a little action out of this, and you get little to none. It's much more methodical, a lot of dialogue, but very well written, very smart, and you have to pay attention along the way. There's clues scattered throughout. There's some really good scenes between all the characters that you see there in the poster, like sitting down to dinner and talking about the program and what they're looking for. And, by the end, when they're all sitting down, you finally figure out who it is. And, pretty decent movie. Not my favorite, though. A little too on the slow side for me. But Michael Fassbender, Kate Blanchett, they were both really good in the roles. Would have loved to see those two characters like get to be fully formed spies, get to see them out in action is what I wanted to see. And whereas this is more just like a place to show off their acting chops, no action to be found.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be like a Bond movie or Mission Impossible. Not even close. It's all exposition, no action really. It's a slow burn. It's very boring. There's a lot of talking. Michael Fassbender interrogating the cast here and explaining what's going on every second of the movie, and not what I was expecting. I was expecting, I guess, a little more or some action, being, Soderbergh and of course Kate Blanchett and Fassbender behind me, that there's going to be more to it. But I will say there's some really great scenes. One being at the table early on in the film, they're out for dinner. I thought that was really awesome. Quick and witty dialogue. Thought the cast did a great job. The guy that played Freddy, I thought he was
Mhm.
awesome. And a slime ball, a lot of people you can't trust being in this sort of business. And you start trying to look at each character and figure out who's behind all this, who's the mole. So I thought that was really well written. Just I was expecting more, a little faster movie, and that's not
Mhm.
what you get here. And that was pretty much the big downfall for me.
Yeah, all style, not a lot of substance here, unfortunately. Was cool to see Pierce Brosnan back in that world, playing this older, agent or director or whatever his character played. But yeah, there's definitely some really cool, sequences where they go to the actual facility itself with, high security. The costumes are all great. Everybody's wearing really great suits. They're all dressed to the nines. Everybody looks great. Um, you know, Kate Blanchett playing a character that we're not used to seeing here, getting to stretch out into this world was really cool to see. You know, Roger Jean Page again in this kind of world here is always cool seeing him. He's you know, a cool cat. And Tom Burke, like you mentioned, as Freddy, he was really the standout here. I loved his character. He's just like kind of a no nonsense guy. The dinner table scene where his hand gets stabbed with the fork. Uh, some pretty cool scenes there. But yeah, just overall, just there wasn't a lot to keep your interest like throughout the whole thing. Like I found myself pausing a lot and going to get a drink, coming back to it. It didn't like hold me interested and invested like the whole time. And a movie like this should, you know, in the espionage genre. So overall, just kind of okay, just fine, but nothing great here.
I agree with you, my man. I felt like it was just okay. I wasn't super excited to see this film. Just watching the trailer, it looked like a movie I'd want to watch at home, and I'm glad I did because if I went to pay to see this, I would have been disappointed for sure. Also, with you, it took me a few sittings to get through this. Wasn't keeping my attention when you check your phone a few times. It's never a good sign. Just a little too slow, but there are some great performances here. Fassbender, Blanchett, Pierce Brosnan was okay. You know, some good dialogue here, good direction for the most part. Just a little too slow for me, and I was expecting more from it, being espionage genre. Didn't love this movie, it was just okay, and a movie I probably won't watch again. So that being said, I'm gonna give Black Bag. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 Michael Fassbender hair pieces.
Absolutely. Agree with everything you just said about it. You know, kind of already said what we needed to say about this film. We both expected more out of it. It should have delivered more, just more of a dialogue heavy movie rather than action. It would have been better even if they added in, you know, 10 to 15% more action. There was little to none. You know, it got kind of tense at the end. That was my favorite part towards the end of the movie, where they finally, you know, discovered who the mole was, and it got to that. But by that time, I was already, you know, ready for the movie to be over. I am going to give Black Bag. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 Pierce Brosnan hair pieces.
I want to hear from all you wild spies out there. What'd you like about Black Bag? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite flick of 2025 thus far? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to bag, subscribe. Also, check out these wild uncles on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews. And also check out these boys on their YouTube channel right here, all year long, all month long, dropping videos every week. I think we dropped 7 in the past week. Quite a few between us and the rest of the Cinephellas boys, having a great time doing this. Keeping up with the movies and TV shows, new and old, coming out, and coming back here, review it for everybody, and everybody showing some love to us. So we appreciate that. But more to come the rest of the month, and of course, summer blockbuster season coming up very shortly. So lots to talk about.
We can't wait for that, and we'll be back very soon with another Cinefellas review. So until that time, I am Uncle Henry. That's my good mate.
Uncle Michael Fassbender signing out until the next movie review. Cheers!